Could you tell me why there is a need for a club like Buwaka to do what they do?
Yes, well, first of all, the leather jackets, the Harley Davidsons or the big cruisers, whatever the men ride or the women ride these days is tough. It looks tough.
Yep.
That's what kids go for. They, especially an abused child, they need a tough person to help them out, to stick up for them on their side. And also the fact that in Australia today there's a culture of, if there's a group of motorcyclists going past your shopping centre or your home, everyone's out there looking, oh wow, what's going on? We use that wow factor to say, well, hang on, if us bikers give a damn about what's happening in our community, you should give a damn too. And a lot of people could say, well, we shouldn't be leaving it up just to bikers, we should be actually doing something too. So we use that, a part of our lifestyle, to excite the community and also give them a reason to go and get out of their homes and jump on board and help us, especially when we have events and carnivals or whatever we get up to, because usually every single thing we do, we invite the community to help us out.
Because it takes a lot of courage for someone in the community, really, to get involved in the area of child abuse. It's such a scary, horrific thing.
Yes.
That this image that you've got, not only, I guess, wouldn't just excite the public, but would actually incite some courage within some people to take that step forward and start taking responsibility. For the children involved, what are the advantages for the children to be associated? Do they actually find that they don't become victims of abuse? They become survivors of abuse?
Yes, absolutely, yes. They'll always be survivors of abuse, not only the children but also the parents. I mean, you can imagine a father that has discovered that his daughter or his young son has been abused by a family friend and he was helpless to do anything. We need to help these parents and to let them know that we're standing beside them.
Yep.
We also include the children in a lot of the events we do, so they become part of the BUACA, and that gives them a way to overcome and deal with the abuse they've suffered. In one case, we had a 5-year-old little boy who was withdrawn, and it wasn't until a couple of times out with the club, enjoying themselves, he actually became one of us, and went on to help other little kids that were coming into the club through being a victim of child abuse. And it gives them a meaning, and it gives them something to feel proud of, because of course we all wear our BUACA gear, and it also shows that when they wear their BUACA gear around their family, that their family knows that they're part of a great organisation.
Excellent. And do you have a website, Peter, that people can go to and check out your club?
Yep, well, we've got quite a few websites.
Okay.
The main one being www.buaca.com. No, sorry, .org. And we have a Facebook, and if you just do a Google search, BUACA, we're all over the place.
Okay. And I believe that you have your jackets and beanies and stuff like that on sale over that website.
That's right, yes, we do.
That's to fundraise for the likes of your Desert Storm Run and
Desert Thunder,
Desert Thunder, sorry, I'm confused with the Americans. The Desert Thunder Run, so that helps you to raise funds to actually be able to put back into the good stuff that you do in the community.
That's right. Well, as you can probably imagine, when a child is abused, to stop that trauma that they suffer, you need a pretty big wow factor.
Yep.
So normally we'll buy the child a PlayStation or a big iPod or something similar to get that wow factor, to stop that trauma in its tracks. So that's why we fundraise lots to help purchase these items. Or in some cases there are families that live in remote Australia, we have to fly them to the city. We're luckily in Queensland, we have SeaWorld as one of our sponsors who supply us with family tickets to SeaWorld or Movie World. There's a range of things that we need to do, especially emergency situations where we have to send members to other states to attend court trials and sentencings and similar. So producing the merchandise not only shows the community who we are and what we do, because on all our shirts somebody would normally just go home and look for us on the computer, and then they'll see an array of events and things like that we've done. And we sell our merchandise throughout Australia and overseas.
And what kind of support do you offer victims? I heard you say before that you go to court with victims. How does that support victims?
Yeah, well, first of all, one of the very first cases we went to was a mother of two little girls who they were molested by a childcare operator. Now, they were very frightened. They were even scared to talk to us, but we immediately took action and went to court with them. Now, they were the only two in the court. The pedophile had about 12 representatives in court, and even a little thing like sitting in the courtroom waiting for the judge to come in and to hear the defence and the prosecution talking and laughing even caused distress, as they do in some courts. But to have us as a club on either side of the family was a great strength for the family. When the pedophile was led into the court and the judge came in, the judge looked at us and acknowledged us. And at the end of the sentencing, the judge made an extra point to fully discuss the effect that the pedophile had on the family. So we believe being in court with the family does make the whole court system become aware that we're there for the family. The court should be seen to be doing the right thing.
If you could achieve 3 things in the next 5, 7, 10 years, what would that be?
Well, number one would be to see the government regard child abuse as one of our number one issues in our community, as a serious threat to our community. 2, I would like to see more services dealt out for children and victims of child abuse, and not only the children, but also the children that have grown into their 20s and have never had any help with child abuse. I'd like to see the communities gather more momentum in helping out children and families that are suffering child abuse. And 3, I would like to see more community groups like the BUACA form and start looking after their own community. Not only in the areas of child abuse, there is so many spin-offs from child abuse that the community could deal with rather than sitting back and allowing the government to deal with it.
It's a bit like what they say in Africa, it takes a village to raise a child.
That's right.
So it's about instilling that level of safety within communities to be responsible for their children.
Absolutely, yes.
I'd like to thank you very much for being here today and being part of this. And I wish you all the good fortune in the world in achieving what it is that you want to achieve. And good luck.
We've got it, mate. Thank you very much.
Thank you.